Hello. So I was checking where we were left off. So let's check quickly the guides. We have the testing. Okay, for Open API. Okay, I think we are fine. Let's check the logging. Maybe I don't remember if the root includes the query parameters in the tracing. I will check that. Maybe I should add the headers as well. Anyway, but the latency is a great thing for me. Yeah, we will have the metrics as well. I will pass the testing for now and some CLI too. Okay. So first thing first, let's start with the overall view. Review the current project with all the rules and provide the is picture. So far we have these base modules, right? And we have the sources like the framework, like the crates are frameworks crates, and the source is just bundling them to use here. Let's see. Okay, workspace layout is correct. It's project code under SRC. Configure recent docs, build cargo check passes. Cargo group shows 2 warnings. Gaps, model system, no module trade, no inventory based registration, no lifecycle hook, no that. Okay, so we will first start with the module and we can initialize the other ones later. Okay. Let's implementing the module trade and its lifecycle based on the docs. No, docs folder, not the documents. Let's see. We have the thing. Okay, stop there. Undo all. Go up. Life cycle based on the docs. We first focus on the trade and initializing the demo module so that we can see how modules are working at compile time and runtime to see how it works. Let's say, let's keep it simple. It again added the Axiom and Utopia. Utopia for Swagger. Axiom is our framework, REST API framework. Inventory is for modules, and async trade is just async trade. Okay, let's see. Okay, creates are updated. I think we should have one centralized module for Axum and all other packages actually. If any packages shared in between works, like any workspace module, we should have the same module, same version. I really don't understand this. Like, I specifically asked the modules supposed to come from the SRC, the demo modules. But anyways, I will fix that. So we will provide a bunch of feedbacks. And migrations, we will run the migrations. Okay, it's just logging them. Again, the demo module. Making the constructions constant space. I would like to know why modules under creates modules instead of using the top level SRC modules. So let's see why it decided to proceed like this, and then find the root cause and fix that. Apparently it's a problem. Instruction extermination business modules. The project uses two module systems for different purposes. Business logic for this deployment. Scope non-reusable application specific. Example books module with your business logic. Structure regular as modules, not separate grades. Purpose demo modules for SaaS Framework. Reusable examples, tests. Okay, I get that, but for now, okay, so let's do this. For now, I am intended to proceed without creates modules. I want to have first start off the traits of module lifecycle and kick off the project slowly for other parts. And while implementing the crates, we will have a demo module under SRC naturally. We will just move it to its specific folder to show the example. But for now, grades are for core modules. And initial target is module lifecycle implementation. So we will start for initializing the module first. Let's see whether initializer is working or not, and then slowly add migrations, API routes, maybe in the future UIs. I don't know which framework I'm gonna use for UI, but for now just proceed with the backend. For books, Ethernet slug and for the module. Okay, here we go. So the module where it is defined. Where is it defined? I think it should be under kernel. So init context. Migrations, we should add down as well, reverting the migration. Maybe in the future, for now we don't care that. Module, currently we have the name and the initializer, okay. And later on we have the routes, we have the OpenAPI spec, migrations, start and stop. Okay. That is good enough. Maybe, just maybe. Actually these are going to come from config anyways, right? So there shouldn't be any problem with that. Okay. Yeah. Where are you, man? The life cycle is working, summarizing what we have successfully accomplished. Let's see. Core module traits. Module trait with lifecycle hooks init start stop. The context for module initializer. Migrations, routes and OpenAPI. So we will have events and what we will have. I think crons can be handled by late events. Like we will put timestamp on those events as in form of crons, and we will run that in each second. But I don't know, maybe. Module Registry for managing module lifecycle and registration. Yeah, for now no inventory. Lifecycle methods. Okay, let's see from here. Can I go run? Okay, so we are starting the app. Modules are started. This is module for books. Okay, this is a lot in terms of just one module. we will have maybe one initializer with the success of that, like a message that this module is successfully initialized, and then yeah, that's it. If it's running the migration, yeah, sure, but if it's rerunning, then we don't need that at all. If I run this, yeah, see, I mean, just speeds up everything. Okay, let's go over what it has been implemented. Okay, so first thing first, kernel. Let's close all. If we give two names, I think this will to same name. This will throw error. I don't need any additional controller here. Create a new module registry. So modules are listed. And every module will be registered when the registry is called. Do we need asynchronous functions here? I think we don't. Yeah, these can stay like this. We have the get module. Initialize all modules with the provided context. What do we have as a context? So initializing module, do we see any comment? No, right? Okay. Let's add an environment here. I think it was low level. No. Log format. Yeah, let's see here. Just this. Anyway. We need log level as well. Like, I will put something as debug mode and then see their output in debug mode only. Okay. Start all, stop all. So basically all modules will be implementing these functions and our registry will just run them in a loop. And finally the migrations, but maybe the migrations should run first and then the rest. I should take care of that. Resolve, user file, resolve, module linked, user file resolve. So what are you thinking here? Anyway, I will figure that out later. Okay. So this was our kernel. Wait, why do we have modules again here? Didn't we remove them? No, we removed them. Okay, No prefix is never used. That's fine. We're gonna use it later. Okay, so we are initializing our logger, our tracer, and getting the settings. Environment is from environment, right? It's like this. Environment. Where is environment? Not this one. This is for security. The authentication. Okay. Is it coming from environment? Yeah, Atlas environment, like this. Okay. Yeah. We didn't receive an error like this, right? Cargo build. Yeah, it is building. I'm running again. So basically it just starts and stops because there is nothing to do in the module. That's how bootstrap starting. Yeah, here we have the access. This is our port for our serial DB. Right, where's this? Base. Yeah, this one. No, is this? Yeah, this one. And okay. Yeah, sure. This is local, right? Yeah. Then it is correct. Let's check again. I didn't put anything there. Environment as. Let's search like this. Atlas environment here. Yeah, okay. So we get the environment from here, and when we select local, it maps to environment local with the capital L. Module count. Okay. Found one registered modules. Module count is 1. Okay. So this log is fine because we have only the books as module. For module name, registered module name books. Okay. So every module we are looping and saying this module is registered. Create initialization context. Let init context. What do we have in context? Only settings. Okay. We will add the DB events, etc. All these things. Okay. Initialize all modules. Collect and display migrations. Let's see. Collected one migration. Let me go to books. We have this migration file. Yeah, on the single migration. And there are roots. Probably it picked up the roots as well. Simulate some runtime. Yeah, 2 seconds. So before we stop here, before we close this, we're just putting 2 seconds. And stop all, simply just going all the modules and then stopping them one by one. Do we need any prioritization here? Yeah, so our kernel should do like this. So it will pick up all of the modules. Okay, and all modules will be initialized after our authentication DB events and router and telemetry initializers. So first telemetry, and then rest of it will be initialized, and then modules, the custom modules that we have from the source will start working. Yeah, and closing, the stopping all will do the same thing, but the reverse order. So custom modules will stop first, and then our kernel will stop all of them. All of these creates telemetry at last, of course. Okay, so I think we should take a note for that. What do we have additionally? Action register is never used. What it does? Do we have any routes message here? No, right? Yeah, we don't use that for now. Okay. Books module initialized. Where is that? Initializing module. Books module initialized. Module name is books. Environment is local. Okay. And the routes. The heart route is added. Like this is for now. Technically we can add all the routes here. But what we're gonna do, we will have all the routes under the routes folder, and the router, the main router from the routes folder will be initialized here. And let's say this module name is books, right? So our HTTP, when we start the server with Aksum, our module routers will be initialized like this. So let's say our base domain, so it will be base domain, right? Com API, yeah, books, health, something like this. So module routes will have the prefix of the module name, and we have the global prefix as API. Yeah, that should be enough. Yeah, let me check our tunnel. Yeah, let's figure this out. Why? Close others. So we have this cargo, and we have the global. So we have cargo tunnel on the root level, and we have another cargo tunnel as the like we of course should have this cargo tunnel, but the problem here is we may have different version of, let's say, Aksum. So what should be the best practice for that? I don't know. Maybe the workspace cargo should force the version. I don't know. And we have the Aksum but what is the best practice to manage all packages at one place, so we will not the version mismatch. I think this is the correct way of putting see. Centralizing dependency version in the workspace, carve to avoid mismatch, moving shared dependencies, and updating creates to reference them. Why are you taking action right away? Single source of truth for versions, consistent versions, easier updates, fewer conflicts and duplicate builds, clearer dependency management. Shared dependencies in workspace dependencies, use workspace true in create toml files, create specific features in the create. Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. This keeps version consistent and simplifies maintenance. Yeah, okay. So all of them move to here. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, let's figure out the registry now. Registry, we have all modules that are initialized. In this kernel will do the following. Initialize the core module creates with the order of, so kernel starts, then telemetry starts, then I guess our DB and events. Actually here the good part is I will use a multimodal DB as a serial DB, so I will not use Redis, I will not use any vector DB for my agents. So I can actually merge these events to DB. Okay, let's do this. Starts, unit starts, DB starts, and rest. Once core create modules are created, registered, and kicked off, and you should be running custom modules on the source. Same order when we are shutting down. We should securely stop custom modules first, then the core module. Basically same but in reverse. Let's remove the ambiguity. Same as starting module but in reverse. Okay. So we will make our application public once every core modules are available for us. So server will start with that. HTTP server will start after that. So So after this change, what we're gonna see, instead of just initializing our custom module, we're gonna initialize our core modules first and then custom modules. This, we could keep this as generic. Why did this AI decided to have separate ones? This definitely could be. Okay, these are not async. That's why. Okay. Nothing harmful. Okay. So, is it starting by itself? No. Core modules first. We found the module name. If these are not starting, we shouldn't start this, but this is starting custom modules, even though any core modules are failing. Sure, we should make sure core modules immutably started. You cannot stop them, or you cannot pass before anyone is started, before anything started in that order. Why do we need this? Initial core modules, initializing core modules in order. Did I get this correctly? Just returning the names. Okay. For just returning the names, since the module trait itself is immutable for the name, and it is must to provide. Where is that? I think it was here. Yeah, we have to provide that. Okay, we cannot start that without providing the name, so it is not harmful. Actually, I don't need a separate module. Let's close this. Okay. Wait. What is this? For module naming, some module. Really? Like, start any remaining core modules not in the predefined order. Start the core modules in the correct order. This is an incorrect approach. We have the order that is immutable. There is no option to fail to start off core modules, so there will be no to start. So what I like to do is, if something can fail, I want to make it failed. So I like to see the errors earlier, not something like try catch and handle the catch for, I don't know, just passing it, continue it. I don't like that. I want to see if something needs to fail. If something gonna fail, I want to see that fail and then handle the problems correctly. I don't know if there is a name for it. Is there a name for... I want to handle the errors. Sorry, this is not correct. I want to see the errors. If there is any possibility to that code throw an error, maybe yield every false cases excluding false positive, where being false is expected results. There is an intersection of error discovery, false case surfacing in software testing, negative testing, property-based testing, fast testing, exception flow analysis. Maybe this error path exploration. Okay, so yeah, I want it to be failed, to throw error, to stop working. If I want to handle, then I will decide to handle, but I want to make it forcefully not work if it is not working exactly what I want, how I want. This is an incorrect approach. We have the order that is immutable. There is no option to fail to start of core modules, so there will be no any remaining core modules not in the predefined order to start. Let's see. Nothing has been found with our top level cargo test. We need to initialize all the create tests to the workspace cargo toml file. Can cancel this. Remove the redundant remaining core modules. Okay, these should not fail even with no modules. Init core modules, init custom modules, start core modules, start custom modules. Okay, so what we can do here also, so for sure these can be parallelized, and okay, no need parallelization here. Okay, test module is never constructed while not coding. Why you didn't use it? It is being used here. Let's just put that code here. No. Wait, wasn't it like that? Okay, let me remove that. The AI fix it for me. Okay, warn that code is available on by default. If we are using this test module below it while we are receiving this warning. The warning is resulted but we are using it. Okay. This is strange though. Okay. Yeah, one iteration. Just handling the modules correctly for the core modules. Okay, this is fine. This is correct. Removing again, removing the... Okay, great. Removed all the redundant ones. We added Tokyo. Okay, let's submit this. So now we have the module initializer, right? Kind of run. Okay, so initializing core modules in order, kernel telemetry, DB, authentication, events, initializing one custom modules, and now starting the modules. First our modules are starting, the core modules, and then this custom book module. Okay, our kernel is fine now. Now, what should we do next? We have the development plan though, even though I don't care. Let's keep it in the agent. So let's go over whatever we implemented, compare it with development plan, make development plan update, put check marks so we can see what we should work on and what is done. Okay, let's just update this and proceed as our tasks from the development plan, not from my mind. It is tiring. Okay, work is done. And share the next priority proposal. Yeah. Let it decide. And let it decide what needs to be done. module trade, lifecycle settings, state structs, and register loader. It compile time feature flags per module to the binary. Okay. This is the next priority. And the rest of the things are not being implemented. Okay, that's good. Okay, next priority is current state. Phase 0 complete workspace config basic tooling. Phase 1 complete module trade register lifecycle. Phase 2 to 7 not started. But phase 0 paragraph and the basic CI workflow. So this one let's see, not implemented. Let's first finalize the phase 1, phase 0. See the notes. The missing parts. Actually, we should focus on this one, but it should be a small thing. I had the file here already. I have the basic CI. Okay. Just updates them. Is this provided by GitHub? If so, let's install it. That's good. Which module that you are trying to remove? Okay, yeah, accept. So when we add this workflow, it will throw an error before pushing it or after pushing it, and then it will try to fix all issues before pushing it. That is the reason it removed the module file, because there was one function that is not being used in the repository, which is throwing a warning. Okay, the local will be default. Yeah, when you add this, you don't need to have default environment. It's nice. I think we need one helper function to retrieve these because something, because we're gonna add many environment variables in the future. Okay, so we left let's check these comments whether all those are working. Okay, nothing remote, nothing creepy linting. Let's check. Everything is fine. We don't need that. This is this is very helpful. It's low level audit file, but it's not here. I saw it somewhere. Maybe just it will be available on the pipeline. I don't know that yet. Okay. 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 Let's go to the development plan again. Did it update? Yes. I like it that way. No. Next. From phase 1, we have feature flags missing from the modules. I don't want to add also. So what I'm wondering right now, how this context will provide the complete environment variables from the core config to the custom modules. Like, let's say I'm implementing a feature. Let's say an email provider that I'm going to send an email, right? With that, since it's a custom thing, I will put new environment configs there. For new environment configs, how I'm going to use it in modules, I need a generic way to handle that. I will not use the HTTP. I will always use WebSocket for serial DB, but I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna switch later. Let's keep this here. And registry. Okay. Telemetry enabled. DB enabled. Okay. So there are some things here that we don't need to keep it, like they have to be enabled anyways. So this is very bad example. Why do we need this here? It should be enabled by default. But I think that was a bad idea. Yeah. We're gonna require a lot of feature. If as like let me remove this all and let me show. So if something needs to be enabled, right? If we require some modules that we are going to disable, these are not going to be custom modules, right? These are core modules under the crates, and since we are not going to be able to disable any of them, we don't need to implement that feature. But in the future, for any new module, let's say this will not be an e-commerce tool, right? This will be a generic SaaS framework. So if we add a feature there, like order management service as a module there, or cart service as a cart module there, these are going to be initialized customly. Or maybe there will be a top level module called e-commerce will be enabled under this. All the routes of the e-commerce will be added by default to here. Then we will have the registry will fuck up there. I think it is better to keep only one module level. Okay. I'm gonna update the development plan, so we don't need this. Okay, let's start phase 2. Phase 2 our HTTP router. Based on our documentation and docs. Router, the top level router has a prefix with API. Every module routes modularity or any type of router export will be initialized here with the module.name. As an example, we have books module. Name of it is books. It has a router at and at. So in the main route it should be added as API books. Yeah, this will return the index. Yeah, and API books. That's starting phase 2 HTTP service and module. Reviewing the current structure and implementing them. It creates HTTP with router builder, global middleware per module. So we will have one global error handler just going to return something like this. Give me a second. Where's the error? Yeah, something like this as a template. So in the whole application, whenever you go to root for any function that is throwing an error, it will be here. So there will be a proper template across the application. Why did we have UUID here? Okay, for tracing, Tower will use that. Okay. Wait. No, that is not correct. How our registry will include no. So we have the router here, right? And where we will initialize them in the order of this one. And I didn't understand how it is exporting the model trait. It is not, right? No, it doesn't. Okay, we will see the test anyway, so. I need to make this app error immutable. So, mutable. So the modules can extend these app errors. Let's say instead of saying validation as like validation code, something like validation dash error, it will extend it as validation email dot error. I don't know. But for now, we are totally fine with this predefined list. That seems fine. I will check something. Let me. Did I put errors here? I knew I am remembering something missing. Let's add trace ID and timestamp to the errors as well. Expected results, something like and I should update that here as well. Trace ID, string right, and timestamp. Today, but string. Okay, where is the error? So now we have the trace ID and timestamp, but the error ID, how it will be generated? Yes. So every error will have its own identifier. Frontend can throw some. Frontend will receive some error. It will give us the ID, and then we will search it through, I don't know, like Loki, like Graylog, or any time series DB access that we have for the logs that we wrote to. What was this format? It is timestamp with time zone, right? Yes, timestamp with zone. Okay. Okay, so it already put some errors for us. Great. So Root finder also working. Done. Error test. Where is this error test? Swagger UI documents. Wait, what is this? We will throw error as an object. That error itself. Okay, that's because my my stupid sample to it. But I don't want to deal with it right now. So what I'm gonna do, I will update my documentation. It's totally fine to have a top level error as an object. Where is that? Where's my document? Yeah, here. I will put this as an XML. Actually, copy this here. Okay. Documentation. It's are we running anything? I don't even know what is our port. What is our port? Okay, it initializes the modules, but I don't see the sample of the roots. Anyway, let's implement the Swagger UI and we will test from the Swagger UI. Let's implement the Swagger UI. How are we going to initialize our core modules? Module trait. Should we have API path override? Or okay, while we are initializing the router, we can define the path anyway, so that's totally fine. Let's implement this from the there is nothing to explain anymore. This is fine. Do we have any process right now that is running? Behind the scene, I had a next server that is running. Okay, so how can I make this dynamic? So in Fast API, the Python framework, when wait, why did you remove? Frameworks module, did you hear me? Switching to a simple server, we set up every type is match. SaaS router. Let's see. Let's see what it will say. So in Fast API, there is this decorator you put on top to define API definition. That is automatically picked up by the server. Fast API, and this library also has this redoc integration as well, which the UI is much simpler than Swagger. A bit different. It has a sidebar. Swagger, Swagger UI, Swagger Open API. The main feature I want to see, automatic API documentation. This what I want to achieve here as well for me. Is there any example? I don't know. There should be some examples, maybe in API spec. It is not paginating there. Okay. Yeah, so this is for decorator to API. Frameworks provide validation, parsing, and serious plugin, but documentation is still missing. Then API spec was created. Plugin for many frameworks. Started the way it works is that you write the definition of the schema using YAML format inside the doc string. Yeah, this is the underlying technology that it's used. Okay. So I need something similar in here instead of handling these. See, like this is not correct. So you see, we are in the core module. It added these root hard-coded here. Every modules Swagger doc open API spec should be initialized from the module itself and then collected in the router, in the main router that creates HTTP one can achieve dynamic API documentation here. In the end, creating this documentation is all about checking that root, what parameters it requires from the top level root itself. It may be ID, right? Excluding the middleware, of course. Maybe middleware can be used as, like, if it's there, it is a there are some predefined middlewares like authentication. If authentication middleware is required for that root itself, then it means you need to like in Swagger you need to put that log as an example. I think I should get these from the workspace cargo fields. Okay. Basic error type, current error. Probably you added one sample root for us, right? As health check. Yeah, it is here. Okay. Basic health check. It returns. Okay. I would like to return the timestamp with health checks as well. So if we can register the system there, maybe since we are initializing the HTTP router server, the router at last as the core module, like this is the latest core module. We can also get the health of the DB, like other integrations maybe. Let's say we have an integration with Elasticsearch. Elastic will be a custom module. We can put a hook here to provide that module's health. Yeah. So it will cascade the top level health of the application. Yeah, we can improve that. Our context window is coming to an end. CLI to use the module registry instead of registering modules individually. Maybe starting the server at last core module is a bad idea. So we should finish all the core modules first, except the HTTP router, then custom modules, then initialize the HTTP. Yeah, that should be it. The registry strategy has a flaw where once we register core modules, we register the custom modules. Instead, once we register core modules, exclude HTTP router, then initialize start custom modules. At last, once everything is ready, start the HTTP router. This will resolve all of the module registry and their router finder, etc. Since kernel registry for the modules registered and now can pass on the context routes, etc. Okay, let's see what it's going to do. If I'm a betting man, I will reiterate this. I need to take a water. I'm back. Okay. What have you done? Fixing the... Fixing the register sıracı değiştirme restarted before my site count. Registry. Okay. Now the registry is started separately after all modules are initialized. And where is the update? Where did you start it? Kernel should start everything, man. Define HTTP. Did you do it here? Did you do it here? Sure. Let's see. Okay. Which comment did it run? Gonna go run Atlas CLI. So, okay, it is running with the CLI. Man, I forgot that we had the CLI. So, command server start HTTP server migrate. Okay. Okay. What was the command? I will try myself as well. Let's try. Okay, 8080 is our port, and let's go docs. We have an empty swagger, right? Did we receive an error? No. Let's try to get at least the API spec. Yeah, everything is here. Let me check the server. Atlas, right? Okay, right now it is using 2.2 megabytes. How can you enable server UI as well? I couldn't open. What was the URL? Yeah. I couldn't see. I could see only white page. But So configure to load open API spec, checking database and for the correct setup. Okay. I need to answer to this. Give me a second. Where is our management? Okay, sorry, I'm back. So what was the problem? The initializer didn't include a URL pointing to the spec. Okay, solution. We are updating the Swagger UI. Where's the merge? Where's the merge? Here the merge. No, yeah, here the merge. Configuration, result. Let's run the server. Go to which path? Just docs, okay. No. Let me see this one. Why am I not going? Why it is not visible for me? It was still not found. I'll try another browser. Yeah, there is no issue with the browser itself. Check it with multiple browsers. So what I usually do is I exclude Swagger UI and OpenAPI spec from production deployment. Maybe I will use that to an environment configuration here as hide Swagger in production. Let's see. Did I stop the server? Yeah. Because it's not served correctly, checking the open API specs, CSS is served. So yes, Should handle this, but the current setup isn't serving the configuration and fixing the static assets. By the way, CLI. Where's the CLI? Oh yeah. Create CLI SRC. What was it? What was this doing? For the server, it gets the server field. Task registry, module registry. Okay. Okay, this is for now studio. We are registering all. The registry module itself runs all of these by itself. And its core modules, its custom modules, start core, start custom, then the start server. And it passes the registry itself and the settings. Okay, this is what I wanted. So where are you at now? Oh, why is this spawning many cursor runs? Let's check. The CLI using only 2 MB of memory right now, so this should be incorrect, this presentation. But I'm gonna close it. And I will go back to this data. Let's close this. It doesn't believe me. Oh wait, what's happening? Already news. Okay, the server is not being killed. Maybe that was the issue. Maybe I was hitting to this stupid cursors terminals, one of the terminals, like this. Let's kill all of them. And let's start now. Okay, we have the root that is listened. So after hard refresh, still result is empty page. May it be that these server paths for the files are incorrect. Instead of using it uses the main path. I don't know how the Swagger is working here. Access from the root instead of the but they should be prefixed to something. But no, you said it was working with your end. Oh man. You are stupid. Okay, let's just see how it is working, then we can fix. I need to see the working example. How did I handle it here? API, Swagger. See, showing the Swagger is only debug mode. Okay, let's just check this. Here is a working example from another project. I don't want to do this here, so let's remove this one and this one and this one. Why does it fails? It is unknown to me. By the way, we have all these traces. Why I didn't see any log here? Maybe I am not hitting at all. Is that the case? Yeah, this is the feature that I asked. Like API prefixing module name. Maybe in the module name I should put a rule there, making the module name as lowercase, or the module trait should move it to lowercase. I don't want to touch the user space there. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to force that rule to the user space. I can handle it. So we will not have roots like the .NET guys are doing, like call L or something like that. So it's not stored correctly. Here's back. I don't believe you. Let's test. Is the server running? No. Wait. It is running, right? It did run again. Yeah, it is doing that shit again. Let me know what. Yeah. I should fix that as well. Still running somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I did the first quit. Okay. The moment of truth. Same. It is pretty weird. Like, this returns proper response, but or is it waiting this? No, right? Okay. Just an attempt. So lost doesn't analyze not visible. I was receiving these headers as well, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Test server UI is working right now. As a file though. This is just a file. Okay, spec value checking course headers on the server UI page. Ah, wait. That may be the issue, yeah. No. It says not found. It's not a found course. There is a course here. Oh, okay. No, it doesn't as well. Everything server side looks correct based on your reports. Page. This is that HTML uses related paths, which is all correctly for assets, but the database HTML may not be initializing properly. Check this browser console. Verify. Use a brown box. Check the browser console in time. Is the server running? Yeah, it is. Let me shut that down. Okay, let me run this here. Let me run this again. Slow, whichever. The test URL, test server returned but let me reload this. And the meters, let's see. The error from our docs path is below. So yeah, it may be related to header. Let's see. What did you put if you remove the clone there? What are you doing again? Let's see. Nope. Nope. Even this is failing right now. Yeah. Use custom HTML for server. So this is the bad thing. Maybe I am the stupid one, but this is supposed to be a very easy thing compared to what we have done so far. Dealing with Swagger for last 30 minutes, maybe more than 30 minutes, is not accepted. It's not a good sign. Definitely. Anti-paths, but the browser results now from the root instead of checking the database figure. Wait, did you remove the Utopia completely? Oh no, okay. Docs, open API. Same thing. Let's try. Yeah, it is just returning crosshair. We probably need to update our course config. Server is working, the earlier file was likely due to browser caching or stay server process. No, it doesn't. No. No. It doesn't even open. Okay, fail. Okay, so this got way stupid. Let's keep all of these. At some point it tried to add OpenAI anyway. So here is the custom. This is our what? Wait. Oh, okay, it added a new module for our testing. That's totally fine. We can Fix it later. It's running. We close it. It is still running. Let's close all and router. Create a new chat. Select something intelligent. Currently server UI does not open. I see a white page only at cost 8080 docs path while when I try to reach at browser console. See, they share the select static assets are not being served. Select the current router configuration to understand how the docs and statistics are not being served. Do we need specs for multiple modules into one modified spec? Why we need a custom okay. The promise into custom endpoint inside how we are configuring okay. Example from Ethiopia is are you sure it is working? Okay, let's see. Oh wait, is it running right now? Is that the problem? No. So as paths must start with okay. Which one doesn't? You didn't start the server though. Yeah, server is throwing errors. These ones due to the path. Okay, let's see if it can figure out. There is no stop. Server start below error. Cursor, like a couple of months ago, fixed this multiple terminal kickoff thing, but now it is right again. Let's start with page suggests. Okay, what did you fix now? You didn't do anything. Okay, let's check. I will send this chat to Cloud. The Anthropic. So started the work now. But so the UI itself, okay, 07. Which version we are using here? Axon. Okay, what is the latest version of Axon? We don't need to go to the latest version. Just go to here. See, okay, we are not using. I think problem is that we are not using the latest version of all packages. Okay, it's about the version that we are using, most probably. See, now we're getting somewhere. I think I need to put Rust style, convention, development guide, principle. There's always space. This helps to have latest packages always instead of writing them unless we require to using older version. We prefer to use the latest version of the packages. Okay, this should help. Okay. That is really incorrect. Why are you doing this? Okay, probably I will switch to GPT-5. Cloud 4.5 is not good for our approach, I guess. But now, is a very complex. Okay, thanks. So, you want this. This doesn't work at all. Now starter server, let's see. New URI, save URI, okay. Finally. Finally. Okay. So let's keep on now. And let's kill the servers. Okay. That's all that. So Swagger in the root initializer is done, but we need to work on new terms. So this is bring that here. Why am I not able to edit this? That's a very middleware. replace all the unit. Initial starting point. So we will proceed from here at the next video. Let's just submit this and this. What is our documentation? Close out. Anyway, we don't need to touch this for now. What is the latest? Oh, okay. Just I need to push these changes. Okay, thank you. So yeah, we're gonna proceed on. We're gonna proceed on the next as implementing this router and router observer properly, and then we will check our development plan. See you later.